Store family. In the name of Jesus, let's declare that Jesus is king over all. Let's declare that Jesus will come into our lives and protect us from the fiery darts of the devil and these evil terrorists that are moving into our country right now and across our cities, Lord. In the name of Jesus, protect us all. Amen. Okay, so interesting day, right? Been a weird freaking day, hasn't it? People are talking about city elections like they affect the country. They don't. They affect the city. And everything I told you was going to happen in the next few months, well, guess what? Lo and behold, it's already fucking happening in your cities right now. Already happening. Today, after Zoran Mamdani ran. I'm hoping Donald Trump is seeing these videos. I'm sharing them everywhere I can, all over Truth Social, all over everything. Because this is absolute insanity. So, Patriots, what are we going to do? Are we going to sit back and allow this to happen? Or are we going to be true red-blooded Americans and are we going to deal with this situation? Are we going to put a fire on our ass to our politicians so heavy that and so hot that there's nothing they can do but take action? Because that's what has to happen here. There has to be action taken immediately. We can't wait another 6 months. Another 6 months, I don't know what more action will be able to be taken. You know what I mean? So we got to get on this, guys. We got to at least come together and be prepared for what this means, for what's happening here. Because if you're not paying attention, this is a terrorist attempted takeover of our country. You have no clue how many millions of these people have come into our country under the Biden regime. You're about to hear in a second here, you're about to hear this guy say, we're done hiding. You're about to hear him say, we're done hiding. We're going to make America a Muslim country, a Muslim-only country. That includes you, leftist. You that get in here and talk shit in my comments. That includes you. They want to murder you as well. It's not just us. So Virginia now has an AG that's in control of law enforcement that literally wants to murder you. That's a fact. What? Anyway, we'll get into this. I don't care how many people on here right now. There's plenty of content here just from today. This is from today, by the way. This is Wall Street Apes. We're going to give them on X. We're going to give them a shout out. But this is from today. Okay, so you're going to hear what these Muslims are now saying in the cities. Exactly what I told you was going to happen earlier.
We're done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged.
They gathered in mass numbers in our city today.
That all of humanity needs to be a part of Islam, and we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens should hear it. Say it as if the Ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters. La ilaha illallah! La ilaha illallah!
Fucking terrorists. Okay, just so you understand, any Afghani veterans out here, understand that what's happening right now. And I do understand what action you veterans are taking right now. I get y'all are getting prepared for what's coming. We're all getting prepared for what's coming right now. But, man, this is going to be a crazy one. I'm going to be at home. You're going to be at home. You leftists got to understand, though. These people are against you just as much as they're against us. You're going to run to them for help. And guess what? They're going to fucking murder you in the streets. Because first of all, of Islam, it's illegal to be gay. Okay? Under penalty of death. They will murder you for being gay when when they're of Islam. So let's keep going. There's a lot of videos. Hold on. There's a lot to get to here of what happened in New York right after Mamdani.
There's no God worthy of worship except Allah, the God of Jesus, the God of Moses, the God of Abraham, and the God of the last and final prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We're done.
Just because you don't like Allah, that was
hiding. We're done.
Okay, these people are flying actual terrorist ideology in the streets of our fucking country right now. It gets much worse.
Do you want to?
Yeah, so the reason. And no matter.
Oh, shit. Now, he's got the full clip here. Salty Cracker. So he's got the full clip from that. I don't know why I can't find it on X. I guess it's been deleted already.
To prayer in Arabic, that is common. And they'll be like, oh, no, you're being hyperbolic. Really? They got that. Go to religion. You're going to be a part of it. You're sitting there going, well, come on. Guys.
Will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble.
In New York. Part of it. You're sitting there going, well, come on. Guys. Now the guy's like, no, not only am I a Muslim.
So,
but
I thought Mamdani, guys, was against the billionaires. Because immediately after being elected, this party that he's at those are Soros kids there with him in $100+ million, $200 million penthouse apartment. We're gonna eradicate you just so you understand. I'm just gonna outright tell you. That shit's not gonna fly here in America. At all. So if you don't think the FBI is all surrounded around that area right now and all of our fucking top people, you were fucking insane. They're paying attention to what's going on. You are setting the stage for us to be able to do what we need to do. That's the whole purpose of this in the first place. One sec. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to pull up. Has anybody noticed that on any commercial? I watched TV today for the first time in forever. Every single commercial is some kind of fucking weird vaccine for your children. What the fuck's up with that? I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff. Now they're giving them nasal injections for depression and shit. What the fuck's really going on with big pharma right now? Wall Street Apes. Subscribe to them. Okay, guys, we're going to Muslim takes over New York City.
We're done, B.
We're going to go through that one. We've been through that one. Oh, yeah. There you go. This is what you're going to hear at 5 a.m. every morning, New Yorkers. This is your new life. This will be over the loudspeaker all over your cities now that you have a Muslim running it. And don't worry, they'll beat you in the streets. No problem. They don't mind doing that. Oh, and terrorists. Trust me, guys, when these videos start circulating around the internet and our savage, fucking pissed off American Afghani veterans see this shit, shit's gonna get prepared real fucking quick. Okay. We just fought a war for 20 years for no motherfucking reason, lost a lot of good brothers for no motherfucking reason. And now, because of Joe Biden, we knew these sleeper cells were in our country. Now they're just outright coming out and saying, hey, guess what? We're of Islam, and we're going to make it to where your entire country is nothing but of Islam. It's time to take a ride with some super soakers full of pig's blood and some packs of bacon. So we're going to have bacon wrapped around us like they're fucking ammo reels, and we're going to have some fucking water guns with backpacks full of motherfucking pig's blood, baby. Let's run it. So, yeah, that's just what's going to be up. I mean, I'll tell you that right now. We won't rely on our government to save us from this if this shit starts. I'll just be flat out and tell you that. We will take our city back. I want you to understand that, left. And you, please, go try to help these people. Please, you will solve our problem with you right then and there. Go to these cities and try to protest with these Muslims. Why do you think there's only Muslims in the streets right now? I'll bet some of you tried to get out here with these guys. They've got you barricaded off from them because they know these people will murder you in the fucking street. That's why you're barricaded off away from these Muslims. Okay, this isn't a threat just to one side of the population of America. The first people they'll start with is people like you. Everything you leftists believe in goes against their fucking religion. Do you understand? A religion that tells small children they'll get virgins in heaven and be rewarded with ultimate rewards if they strap bombs in themselves and blow themselves up with a bunch of people that are not of Islam. So if you're an infidel of Islam, so there's two different definitions of an infidel. An infidel can mean you're a person that doesn't believe in religion at all, or the Muslim definition, because they call us the infidel because they believe that their religion is the only religion, and any religion not of Islam is evil. So, like, go read Surah 128 or Surah 927 or something like that. Most of the Quran tells you have to eradicate everyone that is not of Islam, okay? You cannot convert to Islam. If you are not born of Islam, you cannot convert to be a Muslim. You know what you can convert to be, though? A fucking suicide vest. That's what you can convert to be. Okay, you can be brainwashed into thinking that you're a Muslim, but you're not a Muslim. If you're a female and your face is uncovered and you don't have permission from a man to speak in public, then you're not a fucking Muslim female. Understand that, okay? Because a true Muslim female submits to their man. Do you understand? And it's a forced submission under Sharia law. They can beat you in the fucking streets and get all of their neighbors to help with 2x4s in the fucking street if you disobey them. That's what Sharia law is. Okay, women have no rights under Muslim rule. You understand that, right, feminists? They will rape you to death. Feminist, you do get that, right? That's what Islam is. They will literally rape you to death, and they will take your small baby boy children and use them for pleasure. And then they will raise them up to be sacrificial lambs for the Muslim evil demonic religion and send them off to kill themselves and other people. That's what the Muslim religion will do for you in America. Liberals, activists, you queers for Palestine, they will literally rape you to death or just hang you from a rope in a black sack and stone you to death, or throw you off a roof. You know, we have much higher roofs here for them to throw you off of. So you'll probably have a heart attack before you hit the ground. So at least you won't feel that, you know. But that's the fact of the matter. If Muslims take over New York, there's no more freedom for you. They just targeted a bunch of gay bars. You're welcome, by the way. The Trump administration stopped them from killing a bunch of gay people. He's not getting any credit for that, is he? That Muslim attack, Pumpkin Day, Pumpkin Night, whatever the fuck they were calling it, fucking, that was enough magazines to take down a lot of people. And if they knew how to do a quick exchange reload and they didn't give a fuck about bagging their mags, they could have taken a lot of you out. They had forced reset triggers for the AR-15s, and they had 3 AR-15s. So they had a backup in case there was a malfunction with one of them. Which, I mean, that was a pretty planned out fucking thing. You know, that was a pretty planned out thing. That would have been a lot of rounds. Well, those look like 30 round mags, right? What was there, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 40 magazines? So 40 times 30, they would have fucking shot up a lot of fucking people. They had multiple bars lined up on their list. That's what Muslims think of you gay people. Okay, and you better believe now that they've come out, this is a warning to Americans. You understand that, right? They just told you this is a warning to you. But this is a warning to Americans. If you don't come out and profess of Islam, or if you're like me and you're calling yourself a proud infidel, they want to murder us. They want to kill us. And now that they've believed that they've taken over the greatest city in America, you have no clue how bad it's going to get for the people in this city. Because now they're just outright in the fucking streets. I mean, this is Ashura Hussein in New York right now. Boop, one over.
There's still, this illusion, and it's partially a result of settler colonialism, that all of us can become New Yorkers, that all of us can settle into the city. And yet there would be these moments where I would be reminded by someone whose intent was to tell me that you do not belong. And one of those first moments was on 9/11, when, before I knew what had happened, my teacher had pulled me and a Muslim classmate of mine out of the class and told us that something has happened.
Because we were beating the fuck out of Muslims in America. That's why they pulled them out.
And frankly, I was lucky because most Muslim students in the city were not given that kind of care from their teachers. And yet in that moment, I realized that I was not simply another classmate in a middle school. I was distinct. And there was a marker of that distinction on me. And it was something that I would be reminded of again.
This is the definition of an embedded terrorist.
Came back from a trip abroad, being pulled aside at JFK by immigration agents in a double-mirrored room, sitting me down on my own while my family was outside, and asking me if I had just attended a terrorist training camp.
Yes.
And
the answer is yes.
Intentions of attacking this country, and if so, what were those plans? And it's something that has continued in the time since, where a few months ago, I went with a client of mine to a bankruptcy court, and as we're going into the court, the security guard takes me aside and pats me down with additional care and asks me multiple times.
But they take to the streets and have to pray in public. They're doing this, clearly, it's just crazy to see, but they're doing this to show their dominance. And to show that they're taking over the culture and taking over our land, and they don't care how we feel about it. So there are over 500 mosques in New York.
You could hear the Adhan blocks away.
No, New York ain't got no luck. That's done. That's finished. These people are going to murder you, Americans. They're going to murder you gleefully and not even feel sad while you're begging for them to stop beating on you in the streets. They're going to gleefully do this. Why won't it shut up? Okay. They're going to gleefully beat on you in the streets. That's just what happened. I showed you the videos the other day when the Muslims were walking down the road right before Mondani got elected in. You guys went up to them and said, "We're with you." And they said, "No, you are not. We are not with you." They made it very clear. There's a reason that there's ropes around them, because if you come within their area, they're going to murder you. Dune's a great movie, and it's a pretty decent representation, you know. It's just so much of it here. It's just insane.
I'm asking you. I'm running. That's not the point. If you're going to run for mayor, you have to denounce it. You denounce that.
What is Sharia law?
I come from a political tradition Donald Trump describes as the enemy within. We came here to remake this state in the image of our people.
I'm not a crybaby. I'm raising a movement, motherfucker. I got a battalion of people behind me right now. 5,000 or more is a battalion strong. So, I'm just letting you know what's going on. You got to understand that we're going to have to get out here. You're going to have to get a little dirty. You're not going to have a choice in the matter. If you want your yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You've never been to a real mosque, my friend. If you tried to walk into a mosque in a Muslim country, they would murder you on the fucking spot because you're not of Islam. Plain and simple. You're not going to argue with me about fucking Islam, motherfucker. I've lived a life. You're not going to argue with me about fucking Islam, my friend. These people you're calling Muslims aren't fucking Muslims. They're the ones that have been taught by Muslims to get killed pretending they're a Muslim. Like you. You're going to have a horrible life with Muslims. It's a fact. If you've ever been to a Muslim country, you've seen them. As soon as you come into the country, riding around with dead, raped Israeli women and fucking American women in the back of their trucks with their body parts all bent up and broken. Okay, you see people hanging from fucking ropes in the middle of the fucking street, dead, strung up. You smell a weird, funky smell coming from a sack hanging from a fucking pole, and then realize, oh shit, that's a human body that just got fucking stoned to death. Or as soon as you walk into Iraq, the entire country smells like fucking death. The entire country, because there's just dead bodies everywhere, because the people weren't of Islam, and they fucking murdered them. Tell me you know what you're talking about when it comes to Islam, my friend. You're going to be murdered by Islam. And guess what? You've taken their side. You're taking their side right now against us, the Christians. This is the Crusades is what this is. That's all this is. Now, the Crusaders are going to step the fuck up, and all throughout history, the Crusaders have won. You understand that, right? Islam has never won. Ever. We're always the victor because we have God on our side and we have righteous judgment. And you are demonic and of evil. So when they're demonic and of evil and they convince you that you're one of them, but you're not really, because the moment you're of no use to them, like now, you people are now of no use to these people. They've said we've come out of hiding. Okay, now that they've done that, they're going to be in the streets every day in New York. This is going to be the news. Watch. This is going to be in the news tomorrow. This is going to be the news the next day. This is going to be the news. Once Muslims do, look what happened in Dearborn, Michigan. Boom, just like that. One day they just started doing it and they never stopped. And they threatened the cops to the point that those cops are now taking up for them. Okay, understand that's how this works. And understand they have a mayor that is part of this situation now. Okay, you can't even trust your cops in your city. Well, you never could in New York anyway. You know what I mean? So we weren't surprised that this happened. We called for this to happen. Those of us that bet on Call Sheet bet on Mamdani to win. We were hoping for this to happen. This is the only kick in the pants that we can give our government once they start seeing these videos coming out in our cities to understand, oh shit, we fucked up. And the Democrats are going to jump on board with us real quick. The ones that aren't like Rashida Tlaib, who's a terrorist, Ilhan Omar, who's a fucking terrorist, a Muslim terrorist, a plant, one that's helped get this into our country. AOC, she's a fucking terrorist. Hakeem Jeffries, he's a fucking terrorist. Mamdani. Every time I say his name, I think of the chick that played the cop on the Punisher show. Mamdani, which I saw her in the story of the Bible last night on Wonder, and I couldn't get it out of my head that she's the detective from the dang Punisher show. Well, New York City doesn't have any politics. There's no policies or politics whatsoever. See, now, I told you when y'all do that, I have to ban you from the channel for the night. You can't take up my subscribers' stuff. Anything you can say about me on here, they voted earlier. Remember, we took a voted. Everybody knows that. Nobody cares. So they told me when y'all start putting that now that you have to go. We had a vote, if you remember. 1,500 people voted with the letter 1 that if you start manhandling the fucking comments so people can't comment, that I'm to get rid of you off the channel for the night. I won't ban people. That's the one thing I won't do. I won't ban you because we have a First Amendment. But if you're going to stand up for terrorists, we don't negotiate with terrorists in America. So understand, everybody. What's up, brother? Hey, where you been at, man? Were you at work today? Just be prepared out here, please. Be safe. Keep your powder dry. Get as much ammo as you can get. Stock up on as much food as you can right now, because this shit's going to get crazy from here. They've already got Dearborn, Michigan. Now they've got New York. We can't let them get anything else. We can't. We have to do something. If our government's not going to do something, we have to physically do something. It's not a possibility to sit back as the citizens of this country anymore. In case you're just now coming on, the city of New York, the streets has been taken over by Muslims. Where did I just put my other damn phone? Oh, right here. Completely taken over. peppermint. Sorry, I quit smoking 5 days ago. I switched over to this vape with no nicotine in it, and it's kicking my fucking ass in every way, shape, and form. Headache, fucking tired, irritable. You know what I mean? I need a tampon. My pussy hurts, guys. So, sorry, bear with me, because if you're just joining, you need to see what the fuck's going on. Oh, New York is cooked, bro. New York is finished. And this happened so much faster than I thought it was going to, that it's not even funny. But this is New York today after Mom Dining one.
We're done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and
tortured.
judged.
Hold on. Where the fuck are they being tortured at?
This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be upon of Islam, and we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single.
This is in New York today.
Should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens.
That's fucking downtown New York. Look at the surroundings, you ding dong.
Depends on this, my brothers and sisters. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God worthy of worship.
Look at the gap right there. That's the New York downtown gap, you dummy.
The God of Moses, the God of Abraham, and the God of the last and final prophet Muhammad. Sallallahu
Yeah. So is every other big name social media personality on the fucking internet right now, because this is what's happening in New York, and he's got the best videos of it right now. That's why. He's taking the time throughout the day to compile all of them.
So there are over 500 mosques in New York, but they take to the streets and
Fuck, I'm sorry. Thanks for texting me and letting me know that, brother. Someone just texted me and said, hey, dude, your video is muted. So I've just been talking shit. So what you missed was I was talking about Obama being a fucking scumbag Muslim piece of shit and how he's now dedicated himself to being like a mentor to Mom Donnie, and how shit's just gonna get real interesting. Because like I said, Trump already said he will arrest this guy if he defies their federal agents. Okay, he's already made it very clear they've got a time and date and a plan to send the National Guard in. So let's get a bunch of savage ass, pissed off motherfucking 29 Palms Marines down there where all these Muslims are praying. Let's try to get some fucking Marines down there that were in the Afghanistan war if possible. That would be fucking wonderful. Let's hire some ex-operators to go help the federal agents. I think that'd be a great thing to do. But we'll see what happens. Whether it's put up to we the people or whether it's, done by the government, either way, there's no way the American people are going to allow a fucking Muslim takeover of our country. I mean, there's a reason other countries won't invade us, and you're about to find out why. So it is what it is. I don't mean to smile and be happy about this, but through and through, I'm more of a crusader than I am fucking anything else. You know what I mean? And I'll gladly fight a war for my God, without a hesitation. And I will gleefully announce Jesus Christ as my King and Savior with a gun in my mouth, going home to my Father. I'm not saying I'm immortal. I absolutely expect to probably be killed during all of this, but I'll still get out here and fight for you. You know what I mean? Because it's going to happen. You don't understand. The leftists don't understand, so there's no point in even trying to get through to them anymore. These Muslims are going to handle these leftists for us from here on out. We literally don't even have to worry about these idiots anymore. That's over. That's done. Okay? Once these Muslims start getting out in the streets and telling these women, shut the fuck up, you can't do something, all of a sudden they're not going to be on their side anymore. Once they find out that these Muslims truly hate them, they're either just going to murder them or you're going to switch sides and you're going to grow the fuck up and realize, because you know what, for a lot of us, it was 9/11 that woke us up. You know what I mean? For a lot of people in my generation, it was a similar experience. We had to understand how evil these fucking people were and the extent and lengths they were willing to go to. These people trained in our country for years before they carried this attack out. You know what I mean? 2 of which trained right here in my part of Florida, right down the road from where I live. So, I mean, this is much different. You know what I mean? There's hundreds and thousands of these motherfuckers here because of the Biden administration. So what should have happened when Pete Hegseth and the DOJ announced that they knew the sleeper cells were in our country just a few months ago. Remember, almost immediately they announced that they already had a list of where these people were. They already knew who they were. They should have all been getting arrested just then. We've heard about 2 of them getting arrested at this point. You know what I mean? The ISIS-inspired ones. I'm not talking about you lefty idiots. Like, you're off the radar at this point, just so you understand. We don't give a fuck about you now. Now we have to worry about actual terrorists that are trained to fucking kill us from the day they're born in our fucking streets trying to kill us. So just so you understand, Democrats, you're off the table from here on out. We don't give a fuck about you. We're not going to respond to you anymore. This is much bigger than you. And you're not a part of this, just so you know. You brought this here. You caused this. And now we have to clean up your fucking mess so these people don't murder you. Because what you don't understand is they hate all of you. Every bit of your ideology, your communist ideology, they hate you. They fucking hate you with a religious passion that tells them they have to murder you. Understand this. I'm trying to beat this into your fucking head right now as brutally as I possibly can. This is not something like you've ever dealt with in your fucking life because you had a friend at school that told you they were Muslim and explained to you the puppies and kitties version of American Muslim. Doesn't mean you know what Islam is. Islam is an evil fucking nation that's been at war there's never been peace in an Islam country, ever. There's no peace. You understand that, right? They've been at war since the inception of their religion. Muhammad made the Muslim religion to begin with. It says it right in the back of the original Quran, the time and date that he invented the fucking Quran for war specifically. The Muslim religion was created for war, nothing else, for murdering, for conquering. And that's what they do. They don't do anything other than that. They're raised from baby children to indoctrinate people like you idiots on the left. You're what's called they're useful idiots. You're not useful anymore. Now that they've come out of the cracks, you better get out of New York. Even you leftists, you better get the fuck out of New York, man. I'm telling you right now, please. I implore you. I pray that you wake the fuck up and understand that this is a terrorist culture that literally just said we will not rest until everyone in the world is of Islam or gone. Do you not understand what the fuck that means? Do you understand when they say of Islam? They don't say with Islam, they say of Islam, because they're going to fucking murder you. Okay? They're not, oh my God. I can't be any more blunt than that. And I'll tell you flat out, and I do get there's probably some Muslims watching my channel right now that have been activated to who the fuck I am. And I'm putting my life in danger. But I don't care if my life is in danger by now. You should understand that. I'm prepared. Okay, when you come up within 40 feet of where the fuck I am, your ankles will start getting fucked up. And I'm going to know you're here, I promise. I have enough animals around here that I'm going to know you're somewhere around me. You catch me in the streets, I fucked up. You know, but we shouldn't have to live like this. We shouldn't have to be on the internet right now saying, oh, hey, by the way, Muslims just took over fucking New York. And where the fuck were the cops at? You saw those videos. Where the fuck was one cop at in any of those videos? Nowhere. And you want to know something, leftists? When these people are beating you in the streets, I guarantee you the cops walk the other fucking direction. I guarantee it. Especially if there's 500 Muslims in the street. Because Muslims don't just let themselves be arrested. You understand that, right? Every one of them will gang up on you. Every one of them will get you. They fight in packs. That's part of Sharia law. They invite their neighbors over to help them stone people. They invite their neighbors out into the streets to watch them beat women. They joyfully and gleefully love violence. But guess what else they can do? They can infiltrate all of your shit and act like they're normal fucking people and brainwash you into believing some idiotic shit about a culture that you have no idea about. That good people just spent 20 fucking years being slaughtered. What, 180,000 plus Americans we've lost since the Afghanistan war started? We've triply doubled that amount for them, but I mean, you know what I mean. You know, when we first went over there, they thought if they shot a fucking bullet, God carried it forever, and it just automatically shot us. That's how fucking dumb these people are. But the type of dumb they are is they're willing to die. They just run at you in mass numbers, and they're willing to die. They don't care. That gives them more glory. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Oh. A lot of countries don't even allow Muslims to come into their fucking country. And those countries are doing great. You know, those countries are doing real good right now. Poland just shoots people if they try to fucking break into their country. Fuck, man. We need to start taking a page. It's too late now. They're already here. That's the problem. It's too late. Our border is shut down pretty much. It's like 5 people a day coming over that motherfucker that are getting caught. You know, this is a problem. This is a problem. We can no longer say civil war because this is a civil war. This is an invading army in our fucking country from another land. And I guarantee you, most of those people, none of them are legal. I guarantee you they're illegally in our fucking country. So ICE, get the fuck out there with these Muslims and get this shit contained right the fuck now. How about that? You know, how about that? Let's get this shit done. If you're just joining in, because I see question marks, I just played a bunch of videos. Muslims are in the streets by the thousands right now in New York, fucking playing their prayers over loudspeakers, fucking so you can hear it for fucking miles around, and fucking saying that they're done hiding now that Mamdani is You know, they have a leader that's a Muslim there. They're done hiding, and they're going to turn America into Islam. There can be no one in America that is not of Islam any longer. On American soil. 20 years ago, man, there'd be fucking drones flying over New York right now, bro. Oh, you know what Obama would have done in this situation? Obama would have flown drones over fucking New York is what Obama would have done. That's what he would have done, because he killed American citizens with drones. Then again, he might have ushered this in too, though, because he's Muslim Master 101, right? What's going on? There's a Muslim takeover of America right now that started today when Mamdani was voted into mayoral status, which the fact that they're coming out over a mayor makes no sense. Maybe this is just their time to activate. It would make sense with what's going on in Iran right now that this would be a distraction here in America. But let me grab, I will show you what's going on.
Starts today, baby.
These people are so, just make no sense to me.
MashaAllah, you could hear the Adhan block.
You know, the solution.
Mosques in New York, but they take to the streets and have to pray in public. They're doing this, clearly, I mean, it's just crazy to see, but they're doing this to show their dominance.
Kara, bro, you're fucking killing me. Why are you scratching my back, dickhead?
Of our land, and they don't care how we feel about it. So they're over 500.
Fighting. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be a part of.
I'm breathing hard because I quit smoking 5 days ago, and I need a cigarette real bad.
Every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single.
Yeah, we're going to get a Trump 2028, it's looking like. I would have never backed that before, but I'll 100% back it now. We're going to make it happen. But guess what? Trump's still your president, dickheads. I see a lot of people having flashbacks right now. Now I'm breathing heavy because I'm fucking pissed. That's another thing to do with it. Did you just say I'm not American? You can't get more American than me. I'm Native American and fucking Irish. You can't get more American than me, motherfucker. And I'm Florida born, Florida raised, Native. For generations. So I still implore anyone, because people keep posting shit about me, but you still can't find anything about me before 2012. I still implore you to try to get past my redaction on my files to find something before 2012, and not just a house that I owned in fucking Phoenix, Arizona. So I love you guys. I'm going to get to some other broadcasts that are going on right now. I might go live again later tonight. Look, man, this shit's we're going to have to keep up with what's going on from here on out, because this is the biggest thing in the country now. This is the biggest thing in the country. We got Muslims coming out and saying they're going to turn America. They're going to forcefully make America of Islam. That's going to be real hard to do, guys. This isn't fucking Europe. This is America. So, I guess I'm going to invite you now. I'm going to show you what I think about you Muslims from your definition of it. So, target me, assholes. Target people like me, because we got an army down here ready for you. You know, I'm in Southwest Florida. We are more than prepared. There's a militia in within 25 miles of every direction of where I'm at, including the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers and the Minutemen. And General Flynn's fucking civilian army, not even 15 minutes down the road from me. So, come on down here, guys. We got a lot of people down here that want to convert to Islam. Come see us. love to go hog hunting. So I love you guys, man. Just understand, I'm only being this brutal because this is war at this point. This is a crusade. This is Christians versus Muslims, which guess what? What was it in the times of Saul and David? It was Christians versus Muslims. It's the same old war. It's the war that Jesus said would come again in Revelation. This is the beginning of Revelation if you haven't caught on to that. Okay, so in John, it does not say the Antichrist will come back. And the only time the Antichrist is mentioned is in John. It says the spirit of Antichrist will come upon the nations. And that's what's happening right now. The spirit of Antichrist, anti-Christian. Okay, and the reason he mentioned Jesus in there, and he mentioned God in the Torah in Christianity, is because the Quran says the previous revelations of the Torah, because the Old Testament and New Testament were written long before the Muslim religion was even fucking invented. You understand that, right? It's an extremely new religion compared to religions. So it says all the previous revelations of the old Torah are true. So if that is true, the Quran can't be true, because all the previous revelations of the old Torah says Jesus is king and the Son of God, and they believe that Muhammad was a prophet, and they believe Jesus Christ was only a prophet as well. Okay, so Muhammad was a prophet of what they call Lord Allah. Okay, so basically they're praying to the devil, they're praying to Satan. Okay, they're being deceived by the devil, who brought the spirit of Antichrist in the world in the beginning, who brought darkness into the world through the absence of God. And that's where we're at right now. We're in a spiritual war. This is the powers and principalities and spiritual demonic presence. You can see the demons manifesting in these people. So the Muslims used the demons that were already here in America to help them infiltrate our country. Okay, so it says the demons will come upon the earth and they will bring the spirit of the Antichrist, and then the nations of old will go to war once again. Okay, and there's a lot of things that have to happen before Jesus' feet step down out of the sky and that sword swipes across the earth. Okay, just understand, we as Christians are the anointed of God, not these Muslims. Okay, we are the anointed of God. We have God on our side. These people have the devil on their side. We will win this war. This is a holy war that has been going on for 10,000 plus years, since the times of Moses. It's the exact same war. These are the exact same people. Did you see the banner they were holding up? It had the freaking crescent. Okay, the Philistines had the flag with the crescent. It's the same exact war, just brought on to now. And our Bible tells us this is going to be brought on. More people need to read Revelation and see what's going on in the world right now. Please wake up, Christians. We must come together. We have to stand against this evil. This is not politics. There's nothing political about any of this any longer. The politics of this is fucking over. Now, this is a religious war that has just been declared on us by Islam taking to the streets of our country. Okay, and God says in the times when the nations go to war, that will be the new Israel. So we are the new Israel, guys. So we need to stop bullshitting with everything that's going on everywhere else, and we need to figure out how to stop this evil in our country. Do you understand? You need to read your Bible. I'm tired of looking on the internet and hearing all these verses, but nobody actually reading the Bible. Stop putting verses out and put all the passages together and get the freaking context of each passage. Because if you read the entire passage and you put each verse together and you get the context of the verse, you see, oh, that was not a puppy dog and kitty cat, rainbows and sunshine verse. That was a verse telling me that if I see the weak and the oppressed being hurt, or if I see somebody trying to take somebody's life and I don't righteously respond in kind to help that weaker person, then I am not doing the works that God wanted me to do. And I've read this to you many times. We're going to do an entire special. One of my specials tomorrow is we're going to go through the Bible, and I'm just going to read you the Word of God, and hopefully it reaches your soul, you know, because I'm saying this not to threaten you. Muslims, yes, 100%. Yes. Yes, I'll be your huckleberry. But to you on the left that are just in here talking shit, and you're getting paid, most of you are getting paid to do this to me. I get it, man. It's a free market capital. Make your money. I don't ban you unless you bombard my shit and fuck with my followers. Okay? I don't care if you're working. What I do care about, though, is if you're supporting terrorists that are literally just going to murder you in the long run. That's what I care about. I care for your soul, and I care for you as a human being enough to tell you, hey, stop with the dumb shit. An actual terror cell just rose up in our biggest city and filled our city streets and said, we're coming for you. We're out of hiding, which means they have activated. If you understand how this stuff works, they are now activated. They now have politicians. They think now, that's what it is. They think they have enough politicians in all of our layers of government to where they can actually take action. They started with Dearborn, Michigan to just take a sample of what's going to happen. Nothing happened. Nobody seemed to give a fuck. Most people don't even know. Then they moved on to Texas, and they're like, oh, well, if we hit this red city and do this, ooh, they're going to push back, and they're going to say, oh, we'll just wipe you out. You know what I mean? They'll just bulldoze our shit and say, oh, fuck, sorry about you being under the bulldozer, motherfucker. So you backed out of the red states, and now they're hitting all the blue states, because if they take over our biggest cities, they can cut things off to rural cities. It won't hurt us because we supply them with most shit, but there are a lot of things that we trade through cities. You know what I mean? So, and Muslims don't mind living off of cigarettes, just so you guys know. That's normal for them. Eating whatever the fuck they killed that's just running around. That's normal for them, so they won't mind that. Will you mind that? Will you mind having to wear a burqa walking down the street, ladies, with your face covered in 100+ degree fucking weather and all black? And if you speak out, a man can just backhand you anywhere they want to. Are you okay with that under Sharia law? Because that's what they just said they wanted. They want to play Sharia law. Those two different sects of fucking Muslims, because there's 5 sects of Muslims throughout the Muslim. There's some really, really extreme ones, and there's some not so extreme ones, okay? So those 2 sects that were just in the street are 2 of 3 of the most extreme fucking sects of Islamic, ISIS-inspired, committing jihad upon people, Muslims you can fucking contain. You know what I mean? So they have to be contained right now. This has to be done. We can't wait. We can't sit back for 6 months and say, oh, we're going to sit back and we'll see what happens. We can't do that this time. That's not something that we can afford. Are you going to wait until they start arresting preachers in the streets like they're doing in Dearborn, Michigan? That poor preacher has been out of jail 7 times now, and he goes right back each time to hand out the book of John to these people. Every single time they arrest him. Spiritual warfare, guys. No longer political warfare. No longer up to our government. Where are the churches at right now? How the churches respond to this will tell you everything. How the churches respond to Muslims getting in the streets of New York will tell you everything about the Christian religion in America. I love you guys. Have a super, super blessed night. Be safe out here. We're going to get off here for the night.